Here we go. Let's get this started. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Wednesday, the Wednesday before Christmas, the Wednesday before, well, the second to last Wednesday before the New Year's ends, or the old year ends, this year ends, whatever. You guys get what I'm saying. You're picking up what I'm putting down, hopefully. We're going to go ahead and do a special workout for you today. So we're going to get through a pretty typical warm-up, something that we're normally going to see, obviously individualized towards what we're going to be doing today. But in Bootcamp, remember, there is no rhyme or reason. And we are going to present to you a 12 days of fitness style of workout. There's a bunch of different concepts that people use out there, but I've been using this one for a while, and I just switched out some of the exercises to accommodate the environment that we get to work in. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go through your 4 warm-ups exercises, and then we'll go ahead and talk about the rest of the block after that. So your first one here is going to be an alternating side bend. So feet together, you're going to take right arm and right foot, tap out and reach, bring it back in. Same thing on the other side. I like to keep my hand on my stomach to make sure I'm trying to get a little bit of feedback and making sure my core is working. But again, big reach as far as you can across to the other side. Next one, step out squat. Feet are together again. You step out to your regular squat position. You go to a regular squat. Again, no fancy stuff about it. And then you go ahead and just step back out and get to the other side. So you're going side to side on this one, alternating here. Next, we're going into a lateral lunge. So feet are together again. I want you to step out. And you're just going to go ahead and stack the hip on top of the knee, on top of the foot, press through, and do the same thing on the opposite side. Keep that chest upright. Remember, it might not feel like you're going very far, but that's okay. We don't have to go very far in this one. Listen to your body. And then last one, bootstraps. We're going into a squat position, and we're just going to squat down, light grip on the feet, chest up. From there, extend and straighten the legs. It's okay if the back is round. All we're trying to do is really go for some hyperextension in the lower half, and then bring it back down to that squat. All right, we're going to go back and forth from that straight leg position back to that squat. So those are your 4 moves. We go 45 seconds a piece. Now would be time to grab some water. Remember, all you need is your mat. And again, we'll set a timer for this one. It should be a quick 6 minutes to get the body right and started. All right, here we go. Alternating side bend. Let's go ahead and take that up in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Alternating side bend. Step out with the right, reach with the right. Step out with the left, reach with the left. Opening up that lateral seam is something we probably don't do as much as we should. Remember, I like to break down the body, and not just me, right? This isn't what I created, but into almost sides. You have your front, anterior. You have your side, right, lateral. And then you have the back, posterior. Right? Now, that isn't exactly how it works, but when I try and paint a picture in regards to where you want to feel something or where you want your focus to be, again, that's probably what I'll end up using. All right, you have 10 seconds left on this one. Let's go and take it next into the step out squat. Step out squat. Big reach. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Feet together. Step out regular squat width. Squat down. Press through your feet. Step back forward. And then again, you don't have to rush through this. What you want to think about specifically in a warm-up, not just this one, is, okay, what areas am I going to be using, right? You can see the exercises in the chat. And 2, what body parts do I need to feel like they're warm and ready to go, right? So again, you're just trying to be very specific, but there's nothing wrong with an overall warm-up as well. 15 seconds left on this one. We're going to stick into that lateral lunge next. Perfect. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, feet together now. Let's go and step out. Remember, lateral lunge. You go wide feet. How wide? Really just want to think about going within a range of motion that is suitable for you. And you might notice that one is maybe a little bit more narrow for one person, one a little bit more wide for the other. But what you want to think about is, again, that range of motion. Can you keep the chest upright? Can you stack the hip on top of the knee, on top of the foot? Can you keep the feet flat? Things you want to think about. Perfect. You got 15 seconds here, my friends. All right. Less than 10. We go to bootstraps next. 3, 2, 1. All right, squat position. Let's go and come down. Arms inside the legs. From here, you can drive the elbows into the thighs to kind of define the squat. But then again, lighten up the grip, straighten the legs, sit back down. See if you can sit lower. Again, don't worry about the back so much in terms of keeping it neutral. Breathe your way through it. And then, as I always like to say, take inventory, right? What are some hot spots? What are some areas that we need to show a little bit more love? We got 15 seconds left on this one. If you need to take a breather, take it. Awesome. We're going to go through one more round of this one, all 4, to make it a nice, solid 6-minute warm-up. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Back to that alternating side bend. Let's go. Alternate. Reach across. Stepping that foot out is going to help you get a little bit more reach. And I'm already feeling a little bit more limber than I was 3 minutes ago. Try not to hold your breath. Awesome. You got about 15 seconds left on this one. 15. That's what I'm talking about, team. All right, get ready. Step out squat is next, creating that still similar step out pattern. Here we go. On my cue, we go in 3, 2, 1. Feet together, step out squat. Now that you know what it feels like, as we always do per usual, you can ramp up intensity, right? Notice I'm going a little bit quicker. As soon as I step in, I'm stepping out, thinking about my breathing, thinking about control. Oh yeah, legs are starting to get a massive burn. We're going lateral lunge next. 15 seconds. Feel even weight distribution between the front and back of the foot as you work. And that's just not for the squat. That's for everything that you do in regards to standing. All right, here we go. Let's switch it up in 3, 2, 1. Find that middle space. Take that big step. Stack. If you want to hold for a little bit, define it. Great. Love it. Add a little pizzazz, a little bit of flavor. Whatever you need to do to get your body and your mind right. Again, that's what really this is geared towards. And this is about. It's about, excuse me. We can't see her. Nala is judging me right here. She'll probably come into the frame in just a little bit. She needs to get her 12 days of fitness on as well. All right, we got 10 seconds. We go to those bootstraps to finish. I can show you a nice little twist, a literal rotation as we're down there. All right, here we go. Bootstraps, 3, 2, 1. All right, so coach, it gets me real tired. I get real dizzy. I get lightheaded when I go from that bottom squat to that straight leg position. All right, let's stay in our squat. Let's come down. Think about some rotation. Take your right arm and just try and rotate as you look up towards the ceiling. Bring it back down, reset. Same thing on the other side. Really trying to twist at the spine and the upper back. We call that our thoracic spine. But keeping all the principles of the squat as best as we can. And remember, if you need to, you can just go ahead, go back and stay with our bootstraps as well. You can go in between, maybe a couple reps for both, whatever it may be. My body's feeling super limber. And by now, we're gonna shut it down in 3, 2, and 1. Water warriors, let's get a sip. Woo! I'm already sweating. I did ride for 15 minutes on the bike before this though. All right, dripping a little water, it don't matter. We're gonna be dripping sweat in just a second. Okay, so I have given you all the exercises in the chat, but for those that are tapping in with us outside of the live session, I'm gonna let you look at this while I go over it, all right? Now, it's gonna be reversed, right? Kind of tough, it's all good though. I should have wrote it backwards. But we're gonna go ahead and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 exercises. And the number that is assigned to the exercise is also going to be its rep count. So what we're gonna do is go through each one and add on. So we're gonna start with number 1, which if you can't read it, don't worry, it's a burpee, all right? You're gonna finish 1 burpee. Then you go back and start from the top. 1 burpee again, but add on the second exercise, which would be a push-up for 2 reps. Once you finish that, you go back to the burpee again, 1 burpee. Back to the push-up again, 2 push-ups, but now we add the third exercise, which is a star jump, all right? So I hope that you're understanding the process here. You finish 1, and then you add on as you go back to the top, all right? So 1 burpee again, 2 push-up, 1 burpee again, 2 push-up again, and then 3 star jump. All right, so let me go through the exercises now that we understand the process, and then I'll go over it again before we get started. And again, this is going to be one of those things where you finish at your own pace, at your own time, and if we get maybe past the time, that's okay. We'll shut it down at a reasonable hour. Again, we have a solid, let's see here, another about 18 minutes to go. All right, so burpee, we got one of them every time. Remember, it's a small hop. You're gonna go and come down all the way to the ground. Chest, belly should touch, and then press back up and get up any way you can. Try and land flat-footed. If that's too tough, remember, you can walk it out and walk it up instead of hopping, all right? Next, you're gonna go into a regular push-up. Remember, I'm using my fist because my wrist is still not working too well. But again, you want flat hands, spread the fingers, belly and booty are on, all the way down, all the way up. Remember, you can always work from the knee down as well. Star jumps are next. I want you to think about getting really tall and then exploding like a star and landing well. Remember, hips, knees, and ankles want to bend. If that's too tough, remember, just come down, explode into a reach, and back in. Remember, mimicking the position, although it may not look and feel a lot like that movement, again, may work out. All right, next, we're going to take it to some swimmers, relying on the ground. We're going to go ahead and start arms overhead, thumbs up. Get your arms elevated, legs elevated off the ground. You swim your hands to your hips, and you swim them back. That'll be 1 repetition. Remember, if you need to keep the legs down, great option, great regression. Next, we go back to a jump, the tuck jump. You got 5 of them. So same position as the star jump. You want to start small, create a nice little marker, if you will, and try and bring those knees up, land well on the feet. It doesn't have to be high. It could be a little jump like this. Remember, you're trying to tuck the knees into the chest. If you need to, march, march. That's 1. We go up to 5 reps every time. Next, you have a bear reach, So bear position, remember, is a quadruped, but you have knees off the ground. From there, reach overhead with 1 arm, reach with the other. You got 6 total. Anytime we're doing something that is alternating, you're just gonna go ahead and count 1 rep at one side, all right? Try not to double up here. On the bear reach, if you need to, knees on the ground, you can go with a regular reach instead. All right, so those are your first 6. Let's go over the next 6. You have a plank knee tuck. So we're going from a plank position, and we're just gonna bring those knees in, keep the hips down, back out to a plank. That would be 1. Again, use those toes, and then come back out. Try not to bounce the hips too much. If you need to, 1 leg at a time. Then we're going speed skaters. Get around your mat, on your mat, doesn't matter, but 1 foot launches you sideways. There's Nala, she loves the speed skater. And there's another. Again, every time you jump to one side, 1 repetition, 8 of those. Thank you, Nala. Excuse me, my friend. Excuse me, thank you very much. All right, next one, we go crab crunch, feet close to your bottom. Again, flat hands. I'm gonna use my fist here, but you're gonna elevate the hips, and then you just bring 1 knee in and another, okay? 9 of those. Another version you can do of that is the same position, just elevate the hips and back down. Elevate the hips, back down, really up to you. Side plank, knee to elbow. This is your 10. You go elbow underneath your body, stack the feet. The side that's on the top, my right arm and my right leg, knee to elbow. Keep the hips high, squeeze your butt and your belly. Remember, if you need to, keep the knee closest to the ground, on the ground, to give you support as your regress exercise. Last 2, pretty easy ones. We're going glute bridge, lay all the way down, feet are down, squeeze the butt, get as high as you can. And then lastly, you have high knees. All right, so remember, on the high knees, you're gonna count everyone as 1 repetition. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 12. Let's do a quick review after I grab some water and a little bit of wind, because that was a lot. Still no one in here, which is okay. All right, perfect. So here's our review. Remember, start at the 1 rep, the first exercise for 1 rep, which is the burpee. Then you go back and you add on. So burpee for 1, burpee, then push up, 2, burpee, push up, and then star jumps, 3. Again, I'll show you this, even though it is backwards, just so you can get a little, maybe pause and take a view. Oh, there we go. Pause it, look at it, know it, be it. Now let's go do it. I'm gonna take 1 more sip of water just because I feel like I need it. And then again, we're gonna start. Now we have, let's say, about 12 minutes. Are we gonna get it done? No, right? That's okay. Can you get it done? Absolutely. Try not to put a time cap on yourself for this one, okay? Here we go, y'all. Taking it in, starting it up. Timer's on. We're gonna set a little 10-minute cap just to see how we can do in 3, 2, 1. Start at 1 burpee. Let's go. Excuse me, Nala. That's 1. Okay, now let's reset back to the top. 1 burpee again. All the way down, all the way up. Now we go to 2 push-ups. Okay, back to the burpee again. So one of those. Back to 2 push-up. And then 3 star jumps. Small, big and land small. Big and land small. Big and land small again. Nice. All right, now we're going back to the burpee again. This is where you continue to work, my friends, and you just continue to see what you got. All right, so 1 burpee, let's go. On technically our 4th round here. All right, now 2 push-ups, let's go. 3 star jumps. 4 swimmers, prone position. So remember, lay all the way down, arms, legs, elevate, swim. That's 1. There's 2. Squeeze the shoulder blades. All right, 4th round done. Back to the top. Let's go to that burpee again. Star jumps. Swimmers. Awesome. Go into a tuck jump now. 5th round, 5 reps. Set a low bar here. Feeling my heart rate super jacked up, which is great. Love that. All right. I'm gonna grab a little bit of water. Feeling it. I'm sweating big right now, but we're moving. I'm feeling good about this. All right. Let's move on. Back to the top. Should be able to finish at least half of this in the time that we have together, hopefully. Okay, let's go back up, burpee. Let me fix my mat. There we go. Fix my mat again. 2 push-ups. Three star jump. 4 swimmers. Good. 5 tuck jumps. Oh boy, a lot of reps. All right, here we go. Awesome. 6 bear reaches. So remember on this one, it's a quadruped. And once you're here, you need your toes. Have to use them. Knees come off the ground. You want to set up a little bit wider. It's better for balance. And then you reach overhead with the hands and the arms. Okay, Samsung, we are officially only about 3.5 minutes in and officially halfway through with your exercises. I'm huffing and puffing. I love it. Grabbing some water again. I need it. And then we're gonna go ahead and start up round number 7. Again, always back to the top. Here we go. One burpee. To the ground, 2 push-ups. Back to the top, 3 star jump. Good, 4 swimmers. Nice. 5 tuck jumps. Always good to find a rhythm with those. Once you find that rhythm, try not to get off of it. Okay, back to the bear reach, and then our new one will be the plank knee tuck at 7. All right, now plank knee tuck. Similar position, hands down, 7 reps. You go from plank to essentially your bear position, right? That's what we're going for. Try not to let the hips bounce. If they do, it's not a huge deal. Just don't let them rock up and down too much. 7 of these. Let's go. Woo! 7 of them. Nice. Moving into our 8th round here. 5.5, almost 6 minutes in. Might be able to get through this thing. All right, team. Here we go. Back to the top. 1 burpee again. The thing is that you don't realize, or maybe I just haven't shared, is that as you progress, you're adding on a lot of reps every round. So, it feels like it's going quick now. It'll catch up to you, that's for sure. All right, here we go. 2 push-up. Some star jumps. Let's get it. 4 swimmers. Awesome. Moving in. Tuck jumps. Awesome. Bear reach. Oh, this one always gets me. Tuck jumps into the bear reach. Always tough. All right, find that balance and then reach. 6 of them. Awesome job. Okay, 7 plank knee tucks are next. We just finished those in our last round. And then we get to go to speed skaters. Yo, I'm sweating. It's all over the place. This mat needs a thorough cleaning afterwards. All right, so speed skater. That's our new one. Here we go. It's gonna be edge of the mat or behind the mat, as long as you got a nice stable surface. Don't want you to slip. But remember, load up 1 leg, explode. 8 of these. This would be 3. Stick the landing. Nice. All right, there's 8. And speaking of 8, 8 minutes in, you got 2 to go. 2 to go. Now, again, we put a time cap on ourselves, but you are doing this on your own. No need for a time cap. Get all the way through it. Get all the way through it. Grabbing a little bit of water. Almost dropped my bottle. I'm feeling it. This might be the last one for us here online, which is fine. All right, here we go. Back to the top. 1 burpee. 2 push-up. 3 star jump. 4 swimmers. Oops. I'm just doing regular Supermans. Just thinking about the next move. Happens. All right. Sweat everywhere. Tuck jumps. Here we go. Awesome job. Bear reaches. Next, plank knee tucks. Woo, do you guys see this? It is coming down. I love it. Almost there. Next, 8 speed skaters. See if we can get to that carb crunch. Yeah. Woo! I'm gassed. Love it. All right, Nala. That's covered in sweat, my dear. Oh, hope you didn't see that. She's a tumbler. I promise. All right. We just hit the 10-minute mark, but we're going to finish our crab crunches. Then we'll get to a cool down, at least with the live portion. All right, so remember, use your hands, open them up, shoulders away from the ears, feet as close as they can be. Elevate from there. Bringing the knee in, keep the hips high. Knee in, hips high. We're going 9 of these. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, folks. For those that are with us live, that's going to conclude the workout. But for those that are still working, keep going. And I'll explain and reiterate and remind you of the last 3 as I bring up this board again. Although you might not be able to read it, hit the pause button, write it down, and you'll have the exercises. All right, so remember, you're going next to 10, which is a side plank knee to elbow. Obviously, the side that is not on the ground, you bring those knees to elbow. You go 11 glute bridges, and then your last one will be 12 of those high knees. One more time, 1 burpee, 2 push-up, 3 star jump, 4 swimmers, 5 tuck jumps, 6 bear reaches, 7 plank knee tucks, 8 speed skaters, 9 crab crunches, 10 side plank knee to elbow, 11 glute bridges, 12 high knees. That's my singing, and that's all you're gonna hear. We're done with that. All right, real quick. Look, we are sweaty massively. So let's get to some stretching really, really fast. What I want to do is I just want to calm down my heart rate. So I'm going to teach you one of the easiest ways to cool down. Walk. Just walk. I'm going to walk around my mat. Just do a circle. I know it sounds crazy. We're just going to walk and walk together. Inhale through your nose, out through your mouth. Never get the breath you take, the quicker you start to recover. Also, the quicker you start to send a message to the rest of your body that, hey, all right, we're done. Let's start to turn off the stress responsive exercise. Let's start to dissipate some of that cortisol that goes throughout the body. Remember, that's that stress hormone that does get secreted when you do even good stressors type of exercising, right? But this movement right here, so subtle, so easy. I'll just change direction just because. Is a great way to just dispel all of that, right? To let that flush out. So again, when you finish a really tough workout, try not to, bam, lay on the floor. I know you might feel gassed, but maybe just grab your water, take a few steps, and just stay in a little easy, brisk walk. Let that stuff flow out. It doesn't always have to be a stretch. It doesn't always have to be a shape that you sit still. This is sometimes the best way for me to finish. Sometimes I'll just, if I'm at the gym, I'll do a HIIT style of workout, but I'll just end up on the treadmill afterwards and I'll walk for 5 to 10 minutes. Great one. Perfect. Now that our heart rate has come down, it's much easier and more safe for us to be on the ground. So let's go ahead and get on the ground. And let's just go ahead and lay down. I'll put my head around because we're just going to lay on our back here and relax. And we're going to do the same thing now that we did in regards to calming down the body, but now we're going to allow the body to be still. I'm closing my eyes, taking a big breath into the nose, out through the mouth. And I'm just going to go through each joint in the body, starting with the toes. And just let go of any tension that might be occurring, right? Maybe wiggle them and then shut them off. Go to the ankles, move the feet, shut it off. Knees, same thing. Just work your way up the body slowly. Let's take 3 more big breaths together. Here we go. That's 1. Let's do it again. Inhale. Make the exhale always longer. And then your last one of the day. Make it the biggest. Woo, got some sweat in my eye. That feels great. All right, start to wake up slowly. Bring movement back to the areas of the body. Wake it up a little bit. Shift your weight to one side. Help yourself get up nice and slow. Woo! All right. Samsung, thank you so much. We have one more chance to do boot camp together. That'll be next week, next Wednesday. That'll be our last boot camp of 2022 online. We have No Gear Get Up tomorrow at 8:30 a.m., so I expect you to be there. And then remember, we're doing No Gear Get Up next week as well. So we still have some chances to do some online classes. Remember, you can always check back, especially for the rest of this one, on our channel, and we'll have them posted there as well. From Samsung to all of you, whoever may be tuning in, happy holidays. Please be safe out there and enjoy yourselves. From Coach Jeremy, we'll see you guys tomorrow. If not, next week. Have a great one.